How's the pill situation in the area? What would you say is the highest drug rate thing going around the area? Pills, meth?
It used to be pills,
Okay.
but when Ronnie Lawson first took office, he went through Hawkins County and busted everybody for pills.
Oh,
I
really?
mean, they were bringing it in from I don't know where, everywhere, I guess, but
Right.
he sent a lot. Yeah, he busted a lot of people, and then I guess meth kind of took over. I guess.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. That's pretty bad.
Well, yeah.
So when Ronnie Lawson says it's not a bad drug area, is it safe to say that he's lying at that point?
I wouldn't call him a liar because police do things to kind of throw people off. So
Okay.
I don't want to call him a liar.
Okay, so that might have been a strategic move, maybe. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yep. Right.
And I ended up going to jail. I almost got shot that night.
You almost got shot that night.
You know, because me and him almost got into a fight and everything, and then Candace or whoever, the mom was here, and they was thinking I was a super bad guy out partying all night and stuff in Utah or whatever, and they called the law, so I left. I passed the law out on the highway, and I thought to myself, man, I'm gonna straighten this out. And so I turned around and come back up to the house, but my driveway is so steep that I had to hot rod it to get up my driveway because it's really bad. Even Chris McDonough said you gotta have a four-wheel drive. So they thought I was being aggressive. I was really just trying to get up the driveway.
Okay.
You know, because it was slick and everything. I only have two-wheel drive. And so when I got to the top of the driveway, all guns were aimed at me and everything. And they made me get down on the ground and all that stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Candace can hold her own, man.
Yeah, so they thought, I'm just a super bad dude that just don't give a damn and everything, but that wasn't the case at all. We've talked about this and we get it now, but...
What kind of gun was it? I know.
You do know?
I do know, but I want you to say it so people don't think I'm helping you out or whatever.
It was just a little 22 long rifle. It was a 22 mag black powder that I had loaded. And I kept it in my glove box under. I figured that was the safest place to keep it because there's a lot of.
But you're allowed as a. You're a felon, are you?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Sorry. You are allowed a black powder.
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make that clear for setting the streets straight.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm allowed to have a black powder firearm.
Okay.
Or multiple black powder firearms. I can even have a black powder cannon if I want.
Oh shit! You might need it for Beach Creek, hey?
I might get a few up here.
Okay. All right, let's keep going.
It's like my DUI. They lied like dogs on my DUI.
Mm-hmm. Well, we know that, I know how it goes. Trust me.
They're going to make it sound like you're just a straight monster to get that conviction or whatever.
Yeah.
I asked for video on my DUI, and they said we don't have cameras and blah blah blah. So I said you guys didn't have no probable cause at all. The only probable cause they had was I happened to be on YouTube that night,
right?
And all these people calling in. And that's otherwise I wouldn't have never went to jail for my DUI.
So I have a question. Hawkins County doesn't have to wear the body cameras?
I know, isn't that something? I think it was some kind of convenience or something. There was no footage at all.
Oh,
but they
okay,
said
that's interesting.
Okay, this is what's real interesting. You can get I blew a .085, which is 5 thousandths over the legal limit. So I definitely, I got a DUI.
Yeah.
But that's like a beer and a half, maybe 2 beers.
Yeah.
And they said I was falling down drunk after having 2 beers. I don't think so. Yeah, they lied and said I was falling down drunk on the police report.
Have you did request the video for that?
Yeah, they said they don't have video.
Oh, they don't have it. That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Maybe I should call for funsies and see what they tell me.
Yeah.
They probably tell me the same thing as you anyway, because they probably know we talk, but whatever. All right, let's get fast forward here a little. Let's get.
So where it can be when they drop them.
I do want to tell you
Love
something.
Yeah.
But do you feel it? Because sometimes parents can have an intuition. Do you and Candace do you feel that she's not living anymore?
No, I don't feel like that. I feel,
Okay.
Well, since the whole CPS issues come up, I mean, at first I was thinking some meth head got her,
Mm-hmm.
and took her out, and just, I don't, them kind of thoughts. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But since the whole CPS thing's come up, and the possibility that, I mean, we know kids are kidnapped and taken all over the world, and of course, they don't know how they got there, or who adopted them out or whatever, and some of them come out in good shape.
Yeah.
So we just don't know. We don't have a clue. All we know is CPS was up here the day before. They was up here the day after.
So was a
The
police officer.
Everything else, yeah, and all kinds of scandals and crap going on all the way from Chris McDonough to the fake search teams to the. I mean, it was
Fake search
unbelievable.
teams.
Well,
well, yeah, there was a couple. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, like YouTubers, you mean?
the sidekicks, just all kinds of drama, all kinds of people here making all kinds of money off the summer. And then they take the reward fund that you kind people out there sent on my daughter's behalf, and I thank you very much. God bless you. People sent in all kinds of money. It was up to $75,000.
Yes, it was.
And Hawkins County took y'all's money.
Damn.
And divvied it up however they divvied it up to some fake children's fund or whatever. That's all fake. That's bullshit too.
Yeah.
Or no.
I did not like hearing that, but you're right. Yeah, they did that.
Absolutely. You think
That's
it
crazy.
went into they all portrayed to be, we're about the children, we're about this, we're about that bullshit. That shit went in their bank accounts, I promise you.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, it got divvied up amongst some of the same people who actually have fraud and theft on their record from
Yes,
Churchill, right? So that was pretty crazy.
It's the way it is. I'm sorry. It's how
That's
it is.
not your fault.
It's how it
You
works.
fought to keep it going for summer. We all saw that. So
And
you did
all you people
what you could.
that sent money, it went to. I'm sorry. I just don't trust none of them anymore. But I would like to kind of back up a little bit. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
So, a month prior to this, we had CPS, up our ass because somebody called and said that we was giving our kids loaded guns to play with. Okay. This is crazy. I mean, so we've been trying to gather records from CPS on who was the caller and all this, and they want to be all secretive and stuff. They don't want to tell us, I don't understand why, or if this is something made up by them or something, or what, I don't know. So June 14th, the day before all this that you're the swimming hole thing.
Yeah.
June 14th, we've been dealing with them and everything. They'd come to the house and everything was fine according to them. And so they closed the case on June 14th.
Okay.
They brought a supervisor up here, and I can't remember her name. We've vetted this woman's name, looked into her, and everything seems to be legit. Okay, with her and the previous caseworker, the day they closed the case. But I would like to say that this woman was looking around our house, watching Summer carefully and stuff, because I remember clearly I was there when I got home from work.
Okay.
And Summer was running around, and the boys had their motorcycles, and they were like showing off to the caseworkers and stuff how good they could ride their motorcycles and stuff. And Waylon had his little electric motorcycle from Walmart's and running around and stuff. And so they said they closed that case because of whoever called and said we was, and I can't imagine who would call and say that I was giving my kids loaded guns to play with or whatever. It's so ridiculous. I don't understand that.
Okay.
But they closed the case. Everything was fine according to CPS. And almost exactly 24 hours later, after the swimming hole incident and everything, while I'm still at work, she disappears
Mm-hmm.
and is gone.
Mm-hmm.
And after all the crazy stuff and all this unimaginable crap with the police, and CPS, I mean, all this stuff.
Mm.
We had forensics up here, the whole 9 damn yards, and search teams everywhere. And so CPS shows back up in their little car, coming from the driveway. I should have told them, believe me, now I know. I would have told them to get the freak off the property fast. You better get out of here real quick.
Mm-hmm.
But my dumb ass, I didn't know any better. So they said they wanted to reopen the case because of Summer's disappearance and everything. Little did I know, the whole thing. They, in the end, after a few weeks of them up our ass, they thought it would be a good idea to get the boys out of a dangerous situation, which it was dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of agreed with them because it was very scary and everything that was going on.
So you didn't fight it very much.
I didn't really fight it. And of course they were saying, hey, this is a temporary thing, that we're going to get your kids back, blah, 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 bullshit, lying sons of bitches. I fucking hate them motherfuckers. I'm sorry. I'm getting worked up. I'm sorry.
That's okay. It's understandable.
Man, this is a $70 billion fucking mafia. CPS and family court is a mafia. It's about $70 billion. That's what it's about to these motherfuckers. They take people's kids all day long, day in and day out.
Mm-hmm.
I think, you know what, this video you're showing has nothing to do with Chris McDonough, the YouTubers, and whatever, and all these people. It has nothing to do with Summer's disappearance. I think CPS has something to do with Summer's disappearance.
We're going to start digging into.
I'm going to state it plainly right now.
Okay.
They have something to do with Summer's disappearance. That's my theory. I believe that.
Okay.
And that's where I stand. And so my apologies to all the great people out there and all this stuff, all the fighting and everything that's been going on. They got away clean. Now these are professionals. It's something, I mean, you look at the big picture and over the years and everything and all the commotion and everything that's going on, everything that was thrown at us, and the way the CPS fucked us over out of our kids and everything else, these sorry sons of bitches.
Would you think that it's CPS more so than like Jody Sue? Because I know, didn't she offer to buy your property, some cash offer or whatever? She wanted you all gone.
Well, I don't want to. I don't know what Jody Sue's deal is, and I don't know what all these people's deal is, and the conspiracy theories and all this stuff. This is people we're dealing with, and people tend to, I guess, do these kind of things. I don't know. It's crazy. I've never seen anything like that in my life.
Well, I think you guys that don't believe, you'll be surprised. We're going to share some stories that Don and I have found. As well as
a lot more. There's a lot more coming. Sure, there's a lot more coming.
There is, and there'll be stuff. Again, there's stuff that Don and I told Don, like he's took a serious behind the scenes investment in what he believes, and he's always, one of our first conversations, he told me that what he is thinking in his mind that no one would believe, and I'm pretty sure this is what he was talking about because he never wanted to speak publicly about it.
And wouldn't this be a great cover I mean, nobody in the world would think the CPS would do something like this. Oh no, I mean,
Well, of
I'm not
course I
trying to be
wouldn't.
mean to your people and people listening. I, I mean, wouldn't this be perfect? I mean, oh my gosh,
It's certainly, maybe this is, it's a way that we can
the
at least
whole,
educate people.
yeah, I mean, the way everything went down, the whole 9 yards, and I guarantee you, they're in YouTube and everywhere else. Some of the most cruelest stuff you'll hear on YouTube could
Are you
possibly
afraid
be.
that they'll hear what your
I
feelings
want
are and
them
try
to
to
hear it.
set you
I
up?
want them to hear me. Oh,
You're
they've
not afraid
already
of getting
set
set
us
up?
up. They've already set us up.
Okay.
They've got with Hawkins County and everything else. Look at
Yeah.
everything that's happened.
Is that why
Uh,
they're
but
forcing you to be in
I don't
Tennessee
think
right now?
I really don't think Hawkins County is playing the game much more.
No?
I hope not. I hope
Okay.
they'll do the right thing. I mean,
Okay.
these are police officers sworn to uphold justice. Come on, man. You know what I mean?
And
I'm
what are the
saying.
steps if this all falls through? Is there more steps that you can take?
I don't know, man. I need y'all's help. I need
Okay.
everybody's help, please.
Well, you already know if
I'm
this is
begging.
really where your heart is, I'm going to help you
Yes,
dig
yes,
into
yes.
this. And
And
people that don't understand that, then they just don't understand that. But you know what? You're
right,
taking
right.
a serious investment in your thoughts, and I see that you are. So I'm going to help you investigate this
I
because
think
it is possible.
yes, it is. I mean, this is what CPS does. On a
Let's
legal
talk about that
basis all
cop
day
that was
long.
up by your property before Summer went missing, right? Not a lot of
Yeah,
people
and I
heard
don't
that.
even. Yeah, I talked to Benny. I tried to talk to Benny a little bit through text today,
Yeah.
and he said he looked into it, I guess,
Hmm.
and supposedly I wish he could tell us more about it. But supposedly this cop was up there to see some girl or something. But
Let
I've
me
never
see
seen no
quick if he
cop
can
bouncing
pop
back
up.
and forth or anything. I don't see a bunch of cop cars coming in and out here or anything. Just, and I don't even know who's seen the cop car leaving the area at the time of Summer's disappearance. I have no clue. I think Benny knows more about it than anybody.
I
don't
just
know.
texted him to ask him if he would pop up with us for a minute. So we'll see. But I did speak with Benny about it also, and yes, there was.
Right.
There was a cop there in the area. He was seeing, who was it, Crystal or somebody in the area. I don't know what the name is, but Benny was gonna look it up. Maybe we can have Benny cover that again too.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Okay, let's get through the last couple minutes here.
I'd like not to keep, but
We
We're
really
almost done.
have to.
Yes,
Oh, man.
we
Okay,
we
all
gotta
right.
finish it. We gotta finish it.
All right.
no,
to put it away.
yeah.
And where
I'd
did you?
also like to point out, okay, the boys, okay, the boys were questioned by TVI. They took them to specialists, drove them far away from us, and questioned them. And they're not going to lie for nobody. And
Right.
they were the last ones to see her go down to the basement. They wanted to play. If she wanted them to go down to the basement and play with toys, they were busy on their game systems. And so she went down there by herself, and that was the last time she was seen. What happened beyond that, we don't know, except for when the police dogs got there. They sniffed her clothes. They went from the basement door straight down the dog trail, and her scent disappeared on Ben Hill Road, meaning to me, she was thrown into a vehicle and taken away from here. And that's all we got to go with. That's all the police have to go with.
When CPS was
it.
at your house on June 14th, did they do a walk around the inside of your house to know the layout of your house?
Yes. And
Okay.
the supervisor was really, I can remember clearly her watching Summer and
Okay.
walking around the house and checking things out. And that really sticks out in my mind.
Okay.
And we can't figure out, we had her vetted, like I said, and she checks out, is 100%. She's, is who she says she is. She's a supervisor for CPS, and her record looks clean, straight, and the whole 9 yards.
Okay. And how does that make you feel?
I still don't trust. I don't trust CPS at all because we're looking. It's a $70 billion a year mafia.
Right.
And that's the term I'm going to use because that's what they are. They
Yeah.
take people's kids from their parents and put them in foster care to collect that $70 billion. That's
Literally.
all they are.
Legal kidnapping.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
The
And now that they've
establishment.
got them, and after they swindled my boys from me, he says, "Oh, it's just a temporary thing. We're gonna get them back. It's blah blah blah." Now we can't have no communication. They brainwashed them. They got three of my boys on damn drugs to
Oh,
control them because they can't control them by themselves or whatever. It's bullshit.
all three of them are
And
medicated
then,
now.
yes, all three of them are on
Oh,
drugs.
sorry to hear that.
And not only that, from what we've read from ex-CPS workers and stuff, the next move is when they get old enough, around 18, and they'll start getting them into juvenile detention and prison and everything else. And I know firsthand. I know when they call me and they talk to me like I'm something that they're some freaking dog crap that they're peeling off the bottom of their damn boot.
Who did that? CPS?
That's how CPS talks to you.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
They
like
treated
you're
you guys
nothing,
like that?
Like you're crap. Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And they tell you they try to tell you that there's no hope. You need to just sign over your kids.
Is that what they were
All
saying to
kinds-
you?
that's their MO. That's what they do.
Oh, so right away they were trying to get you to sign them right over.
Oh, they have.
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
Yeah, they're dirty sons of bitches.
You
Oh,
didn't fall for that, did
Yeah.
you?
Oh hell no! Because
All right.
luckily, thankfully, thank God, we have some good people in our lives that support us. Thank God.
Yeah.
You know, but this is what they do. I mean, I don't have all the statistics. I know they get $70 billion annually. Tennessee gets $3.3 billion annually.
3.3 billion for Tennessee alone.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yep. So they're going to want to keep all these kids in foster care all they can to keep that money coming into the state. Talk about some dirty motherfuckers.
Yep.
Kidnappers.
All right, we're almost done here.
So this is something that's happened in the past.
So Hunter didn't get his phone back right away like y'all did.
No. We got our phones back, but they come in and they took our TVs, tablets, and the boys' phones, and we never got any of that stuff back either.
So okay, so you had to get new phones.
No, we got our personal phones, but
Okay.
like the boys' stuff,
Yeah.
the tablets, TV. I don't know
Right.
why they took all our TVs, so they took all our TVs.
Were they smart TVs?
Yeah.
That can
you know.
okay, that's probably why, because they can, if you've ever hooked up your phone or whatever, that might explain why. Okay, so you still have stuff yet to get back from TBI when this is done.
Yeah. I don't
Okay.
expect them to bring it back.
Do they have a certain timeline though that they're allowed to hang on, or
I don't
no?
know. We don't want it back. I mean, I
Okay.
would if there's any pictures of Summer and boys on there. That would be good.
Okay. Benny's up here with us.
Hey, how you doing?
How did she do on those polygraphs? Did she tell you?
Okay,
He's,
so
he's really misinformed on that. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
okay. Yeah, because that would have been the next night, he's saying, and
It sounds like they've been talking and he's just repeating stuff he's heard.
okay,
I'm not gonna be mean to him at this point.
okay.
I like
But you didn't have 2 polygraphs by the next day.
We couldn't even do the first polygraph because we were so mentally screwed up.
Okay,
I mean, we were freaking out. Where's our daughter? What's she going
Right.
through? I mean, it's hard to imagine, but when it happens to you, it's horrific. There's nothing
right.
worse.
Yeah, and everything that in a polygraph, like your heart rate and everything, of course, that's all going to be off when you're panic mode
You're not going
and going through
you're not-
something
yeah.
very traumatic as well.
You're not. After going through it, I realized there's no way that you cannot lie on a polygraph. Like if he was really drugged out and you can't tell which end's up or down, maybe you're not going to get a good reading. But
Yeah.
You wouldn't even try to polygraph test somebody like that. But
Yeah, they wouldn't
if-
polygraph you if you were messed up.
If you're in your right mind, there's no way.
Did you have to drug test before polygraphing?
Yeah, we drug tested. We drug
Right.
tested. In the first case that they closed, we drug tested.
Okay. All right, we're almost done. We're almost done. You ready?
Hope so.
We got 9 minutes. 9 minutes left.
Oh my gosh.
And I have it sped up, so it's actually less than that. Okay.
No, I'm not talking about from TBI. What you know.
TBI
Okay.
wouldn't. Hey, hold up. TBI wouldn't tell him, give him any information. No way.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting comment as well.
They're not gonna. They don't share information. They want information, but they don't share information.
Okay. So Benny, I know you want to have your little chit chat with Don. You can go ahead, but I know some people never heard about that cop in the area and think that I'm just making shit up for Don.
No, there was allegedly an officer in the area. There was sort of scattered reports about what he may have been doing there. Some people said that he may have been visiting someone in an outside relationship. That's them knowing that he was even married. I don't know. However, they said that he had official business. Now, also, if you can remember, I don't know if the video is still up, but Scott H. said that he actually saw or has dash cam of an officer there. The only reason he hasn't showed it is because the person who had their dash cam set up in their car when they passed the cop, the timestamp is wrong. And so he doesn't think that he can sway the community with this and the timestamp being wrong. So there was issues with what I believe, and I don't know what brand it is or anything else, but as I understand it, once you log those things in, it's kind of like it's a satellite time. It's like your phone will keep the time even though it doesn't have service on it, right? So it's batty.
What do you feel that we are missing in asking you?
Probably nothing. Like I said, I think the focus should be more on DCS.
Okay.
I think that fits way more clearly. I think I don't know.
This is how you're feeling the most happened to your daughter.
$70 billion is bigger than any mafia that has ever even. That's bigger than any mafia in our country.
Right, but Don, I want to put statistics to a side, and I want to just speak to you as two humans up here, me and Benny, who have lived life. Okay, so we are very understanding.
Of course, do that.
This is what's in your heart the most right now, that you really feel in your heart. CPS took your daughter, yes or no?
I think I do believe they have something to do with
okay.
Yes,
so we can be helpful to you by investigating into
and I would really appreciate it. Yes,
okay.
I would deeply appreciate it.
Okay,
yes,
so that would be where you would say, if we want to help, let's look into CPS together.
Well, if you think about it, everything that's happened and the confusion and everything that was thrown into it, these people are smart. And we're talking about $70 billion worth of smart.
Some people...
And I've wondered, and I've talked about this, is some of them people in chat, CPS workers, protecting their interests and everything and their jobs and their BMWs in their garage and their boats and their high-priced houses and all that shit, right? CPS has a power. This is $70 billion. They place kids all over the world. They find kids all the time in other countries. Them little kids don't know how they got there or ended up there. They don't know who their abductors were or anything else. This is out of hand. $70 billion.
Hello. How is everyone? So what do you think of that? What do you think of what Dawn's been saying? I hope you guys can all hear me. Hi, Birdie. Outdoorsy. Dot. I plead the fifth. Let's see. Eve. Just going through Hattie. I hope you all are doing well tonight. Yeah, you think it's a distraction? Listen, it could be a distraction, or it could just be how Dawn really thinks, right? Like, I don't know. It's crazy. It's a crazy theory, okay? It's not something I personally believe would happen, because why would CPS have to kidnap children when they can just remove them? They have that authority. Now, do I agree with Dawn the money CPS makes and some of the foster care stuff and, medicating of children? Although I believe, I'm going to leave my opinion on that one. But, there are things where CPS does make money, and it's the outside agencies, the 501c3s, that they employ. The smaller, there's always big and it goes down to small. So I agree there's a lot of corruption in CPS, okay? But to the point that they would actually kidnap a child when they don't have to, no. I don't see why that would be fruitful to them. It would make our agency look really horrible, right? Like, this is America. CPS is something that's all over. It's not just... I just think that's extreme. But with that said, I have a video coming up. I spoke about it a little bit earlier. Maybe it'll be the one I post tomorrow. Maybe I'll show it tonight after we go over some of this other stuff I want to go over. I have a video coming up about this. Okay, so now that I have some people in here and we watched my first installment, everybody's been talking about that part of what's going on with Dawn and Candace, and I'll come back to that. But I have some other stuff I want to show you guys tonight while I was making these videos, because I still have 12 videos, I think, out of this interview that I want to show, and I'm sure people were getting sick of, like, just me putting the videos on there and no explanation. So that's why I'm live tonight. Yeah, it outrages me too. But I had caught some things. See, my thing with the CPS, and I guess it kind of goes into what I'm going to show tonight. My problem with Dawn and the CPS, in my own opinion, I don't believe, and I was talking about it a little bit in chat, I don't think that the case was being opened or closed on the 14th. So at the time, I would really like to know, I would love for Dawn and Jody Sue both to give exact times of Dobbs, CPS, and the whole story of the fight that happened in between. Because you got to remember, Andy's uncle was there. There was a lot of stuff going on that day that we don't know about. We've heard bits and pieces of it, but we don't know the full what happened. Okay, now I wish I would have thought about it, because now I have a subscription to Broadcastify. I wish I would have thought about to grab the 911 call to Jody Sue's and Andy's house that day. Damn. Wonder if anybody has that. But anyway, so what I'm saying is I think that CPS may have been called as a result of that fight. Maybe the police called them. Now, this is just my opinion. And when they came there, they found no claims. So they closed the case of the claim. Maybe Dawn hid something, or maybe the claim was fake, or maybe it was real. And I just feel like there was a lot of chaos on the 14th. And I think it spilled over into the 15th. Karen, I mean, it's a possibility, but in my opinion, I mean, it's just my opinion that Dobbs was an innocent bystander. He's an old man. Like, how's he going to take a little kid? There's a lot of fighting. You hear Jody talk about he couldn't breathe and he was making all these funny noises. He had that dog. Like, in my opinion, I think the Dobbs thing was the beginning of whatever led the Summer disappearing. You know, I'm not going to say it. Yeah, Outdoorsy. I would have loved to hear that. Like, I didn't make my first YouTube until November of 2021. And then, y'all know, we're not going to go into that. Yes, on the 14th, Birdie, there was a fight, okay, because Dobbs came. So they've said, and I got to go back through Andy and Jody Sue. There's just so many videos. So right now, I'm just going off of memory. I'm not going to say all of it is 100% complete. I have to look into, but it was just a thought I had that, you know, the fight on the 14th. What was your question? Who was involved? The uncle. We hear Jody Sue. I believe it was in the first video she did with, or that she posted on Facebook. But we hear her say earlier in the day, her uncle, or Andy's uncle, seen Dobbs there. Okay. But then all of a sudden, Jody Sue and Andy are driving down the driveway. The uncle never called them, or the mom. But somehow when the police are there, the mom shows up. Andy Bernard's mom, Polly, had showed up. Like, there was a whole lot of people there. Green Eyes said he was shot at a party at the Wills. I haven't spoken to Green Eyes in a while. I've had some things going on in my own life that I'm not even going to discuss. I mean, unless she's want to one day. My niece is back home with her mom, and let's hope things stay good. Karen, I agree. This was mixed from the 14th into the 15th. Right. And I believe that CPS came as a result of that fight. I mean, that's just my opinion. That's just something I've thought about for a long time that, you know, people don't really speak about it that often. They forget all the details of the 14th. But even before the 14th, we also hear Jody Sue say in past videos. Now, this is just things I'm thinking while we're sitting here chatting. Their memories are coming back, so I haven't given it much thought. But we also hear Jody Sue say that she was collecting information on the Wells and that CPS had been involved. I believe there was more. Like, I just feel there's a lot more to their story along with Allie's. And Allie is where I'm going tonight with these Doug clips. So I don't want to get too far off. I'm swaying off here. I'm thinking there are many CPS calls. Correct, Dot. Correct. Chase. Why did Hattie say Chase? I agree. Yeah, everybody's so suspicious. But I really do believe there was a lead up. You know what I mean? Like, to the events that occurred. Now, this is just my opinion, and it's just one theory. Yeah. Thought, let's get back into let's do that. So I'm going to share one more of my shorter videos with you guys tonight because I got to get through them. But I really want to jump into this. So I'm going to start with a clip of Candace. Am I? No, I'm not. Hold on, wait a minute. Yeah, I have 4 clips I want to share with you guys tonight. And then another video, so I better get on. Yeah, I like the debate theory. Me too, Dot. Too many lies. There is. Or if it's games. Maybe not lies, but games. You know? Okay. Let's start. I just want to make sure because I got these in order. I was going to start with something with Candace. I don't even remember what the clips are. I made them a couple days ago. Okay, hold on. Let's go into these ones first.
Video of Hunter fighting at school. Him and his little hoodlum gang friends tried to grab this woman and force her out of her car, and he was going to steal her car, and there was a baby in the car. Yes. And all he got was probation out of that. That woman fought him off, him and his buddies. Yeah.
Holy shit.
So, for him to steal a little girl, it would be nothing. Him and his little hoodlum friends, they wouldn't even get no trouble.
Right, and he's throwing gang signs and shit.
In November 2021, Dawn made an appearance on No Thanks Investigates, with Candace in the background. In the third clip I've shared with you, Candace shared a significant detail about a video featuring a fight Hunter was involved in at school. The mention of this video naturally piques curiosity, making us wonder about the circumstances surrounding that altercation. Following Candace's revelation, Dawn proceeded to recount an incident in which Hunter found himself entangled with a stolen car that had a baby inside. This raises compelling questions about why they chose that particular car and what the full story behind this alarming incident entails. The desire to uncover the entirety of this narrative becomes all the more compelling, leaving no room for missing details.
So, thank you, Marion. I'm trying. Did anyone CP? Oh, I haven't. I've been just straight focused on these videos. I'm just like cutting out and watching little clips. And I'm so far behind of things that have happened in the last 3 months. I've tried to stay caught up, but whew, life has been exhausting. I'll tell you that. Okay, so what do you guys think of this? Let's think about this. A thought I had, an opinion, a theory, speculation. Hunter, when they arrived at the horse pond, wanders out into the woods. I would like to know, I would like Candace somewhere to answer exactly how long was Hunter gone. Because in that clip, and I'm going to play just that part of it again. In that clip, you hear Dawn say, Hunter and his hoodlum friends, and he describes them a little bit. And then he goes on to describe the event that happened. Hunter and his hoodlum friends stole in a car. They forced the woman out, but they took a baby. Now, were they watching this car? What happened? You know, Hunter's underage, and because of that, I don't think we can get details of that court case. But being that Summer's missing, now I'm not accusing Hunter of anything, but that is a critical, in my opinion, detail into what kind of boy Hunter was. I don't know if I shared it yet. I gotta look, but if not, I also have a video. No, I don't think I did. A video about Hunter and Dawn's relationship coming up. Birdie Smiley said it was part of the last live. So, Hunter's a thug upbringing. Yes, none of the less. Oh, Marianne, and wait till you hear this next clip. So, my next clip, you see how I put the words on here? I did it on all my clips. I'm going to start doing this. I like this. So, in my next clip, please pay attention because I don't think anybody has ever heard this before or paid attention because it was really low. I turned the volume up. So, let's...
Does Allie have any friends with those kind of people?
Well, that's what we don't know. Candace says she was always bragging about how she has ties in New York. Okay, but...
I'm sorry, what did Candace say?
She's pulling it up. Allie was bragging to my mother that she had intel with molested groups and the mafia and stuff
In the fourth and final clip, Doug at No Thanks Investigates raises a pertinent question, inquiring whether Ally has any associations with unsavory individuals. Dawn responds by acknowledging her connections to New York, and Candace chimes in, shedding light on an intriguing revelation. Candace discloses that Ally had purportedly bragged to Candace's mother about her affiliations with a certain group and even made claims about connections to the mafia. The curiosity surrounding this matter is undeniable, as it leaves us yearning to hear more about what Ally specifically conveyed to Candace's grandmother concerning these ties. Every detail becomes a vital piece of the puzzle, making the desire to unravel this narrative even more compelling.
So, has anybody ever heard that before? True is part of the gang. Her boyfriend is the leader, so it's been said. Yes, Crystal, Andrew as well. Okay, I've never caught that little piece of this before. But either way, I don't think it's been very talked about. I think it's important. Like, I think I would like for Candace to expand on some of this stuff, But that leads me to the first two clips I was supposed to show you guys first. Now I remember why I was supposed to show them first. But let's go back to this one.
I'm Chris McDonough.
Hunter relates that he mentioned to you that Dawn had said something about somebody around the property. Is that true?
That is so bullshit.
Okay.
Sorry to say, but that's a bunch of bullshit.
Okay. All right. Okay. So where is?
I don't need to get upset, but when something said like that,
here's the good news. Okay. This is your daughter.
I know where my husband was.
Okay. But you have every reason. Don't apologize.
No, I'm just,
okay. Don't apologize.
Me so mad that
the fact that you're wearing mom patrol.
That somebody could stand there and lie.
People lie.
To law enforcement, to everybody. It makes me so mad that it just makes my blood boil.
Right.
Hunter's interview with Chris revealed that Dawn had called Candace while in line at the pharmacy and informed her that there was an individual on their property attempting to harm children. When Chris had the opportunity to interview Candace, he inquired about this incident. Candace's response was an expletive, and immediately after, she became extremely emotional and upset. Chris then leaned in, gently touched her shoulder, and conveyed, "Here's the good news, this is your daughter." Following this, an edit was made. Candace then exclaimed, "I know where my husband was." And just as she made this revelation, another impactful edit took place. After the second edit, Candace passionately expressed how it made her so mad that someone could lie to the police. This statement raises intriguing questions. Could Candace have been revealing to Chris that Hunter provided information to the police that infuriated her to the point where her blood would boil? The fact that Chris edited a portion out of their conversation implies that there may be critical information withheld. It's possible that Chris might have shared this information with law enforcement, leaving us to ponder the significance of what was left unsaid.
I'm Chris McDonough.
Hunter relates that he mentioned to you that Don had said something about somebody around the property. Is that true?
That is so bullshit.
Okay.
Sorry to say, but that's a bunch of bullshit.
Okay. All right. Okay. So where is?
I don't need to get upset, but when something said like that,
here's the good news. Okay. This is your dog.
I know where my.
Guys, I just had a whole conversation with y'all, and my mute was on. I am so sorry. Damn. Okay, so in that clip we just heard, let me go back. I'm going to replay it. Okay, wait, let me go back to the beginning here. I'm going to replay it because I want you to pay attention to the edits and what's said around the edits. Because I'm pretty sure, when I edit videos, and when most people, I think, edit videos, they go in a timeline with the video, right? So pay attention to how Chris edited this video, because I think there are details that Candace told Chris that Chris turned into law enforcement. So I'm going to replay this video. Pay attention, okay? And listen to what was said surrounding the edits.
I'm Chris McDonough.
Hunter relates that he mentioned to you that Don had said something about somebody around the property. Is that true?
That is so bullshit.
Okay.
Sorry to say, but that's a bunch of bullshit.
Okay. All right. Okay. So where is?
I don't need to get upset, but when something said like that,
here's the good news. Okay. This is your dog.
I know where my husband was.
Okay, but you have every reason. Don't apologize. No,
I'm just.
Okay, don't
makes
apologize.
Me so mad that
the fact that you're wearing Mom Patrol.
That somebody could stand there and lie.
Well, people lie
to law enforcement, to everybody. It makes me so mad that it makes my blood boil.
Okay, don't apologize.
Me so mad that
the fact that you're wearing something about somebody around the property. Is that true?
That is so bullshit.
Okay.
Sorry to say, but that's a bunch of bullshit.
Okay. All right. Okay. So where is?
I don't need to get upset, but when something said like that,
here's the good news. Okay. This is your dog.
I know where my husband.
Edit 1. Now watch immediately after. She knows where her husband was.
Okay.
Edit 2. Now listen.
But you have every reason. Don't apologize. No, I'm just. Okay. Don't apologize.
Me so mad that
the fact that you're wearing Mom Patrol.
That somebody could stand there and lie.
Well, people lie
to law enforcement.
To law enforcement. So whatever she told Chris, it was whatever Hunter told law enforcement, in my opinion. Chris got that detail. And he edited it out of his video. I would really love to see the uncut version of this. I don't know if he'll ever show it, but I'm glad Ellie has it. It's concerning. In my opinion, someone should check into the starvation cult. Oh, I've never heard of it. I'll have to look into it. I'll look into it. But there's definitely something there that Chris edited out that Hunter told the police. And Chris left in the part, I know where my husband was, for a reason. All right, let's move on to the final clip. Geez, I did this faster than I thought. Next time I'll have to make more clips. Hold on.
Was there when you got home?
There was nobody there. There was my mom mentioned the blue van across at my neighbor's house, but I just figured she had company.
Okay.
I didn't know about that was the guy that was trying to move in there. I didn't know that at the time.
Okay.
And so I didn't think nothing. I just figured it was neighbors. I had visitors.
Okay.
I didn't think nothing about that. I gotta stop. I can't do no more. I gotta have a cigarette. Sorry.
No, good.
In the second clip I'm presenting, you can hear Chris asking Candace who was at home when she arrived. Candace replied, "The boys," but immediately afterward, she mentioned that the neighbors had a blue van in their driveway. This clip is significant because Candace's grandmother and Summer didn't return home until after 3 p.m. On that day, Jody Sue was notably hypervigilant, with text messages confirming her activity after 2 p.m. She mentioned being awakened by a noise. So, the question that arises is, whose blue van did Grandma spot? Was it connected to the Jackie Dobbs, or could it have belonged to a visitor? We're left to consider these mysterious details.
So, yeah. So this is why I ever reached out to Jody Sue. Okay, I had caught this in Chris McDonough's video a long time ago. I've brought it up. I've spoken about it. So has other channels, you know. But my issue is Jackie Dobbs was supposed to be there on the 14th, not the 15th. What was the noise Jody Sue heard? What if neither of them are lying and there was a blue van there? Could it be Jackie Dobbs, or could it have been a different blue van? Because this was stated that it was on the 15th, that Grandma had seen the blue van on the 15th. Let's re-listen one more time.
Who was there when you got home?
There was nobody there. There was my mom mentioned the blue van across at my neighbor's house, but I just figured she had company.
Okay.
I didn't know about that was the guy that was trying to move in there. I didn't know that at the time.
Okay.
And so I didn't think nothing. I just figured it was neighbors. I had visitors.
Okay.
You know, I didn't think nothing about that. I gotta stop. I can't do no more.
So what drives me crazy about this is that when I asked Jody Sue about the blue van, she responded to me that it was Andy's biracial cousin, which means she knew what the noise was she heard. I've always been these are just a few things I've always been very baffled by. And I'm trying to point them out now because nobody has. It's been a bunch of bullshit in the true crime community that nobody was going through the details. And I just feel, in my opinion, it's important to go through all of these details. This is all the suspicious things and theories my mind wanders to. You know, when you hear these little comments, and I would like more than 2 years later for Candace and Dawn and Jody Sue and Allie to expand on these tiny comments that haven't been very expanded upon. She says that making me lead to think Grandma being home, they kin to Allie. Yeah. Crystal just said Andy's cousin, who is... Well, no, Casper. It wouldn't have been Randy Haas because I was trying not to bring it up, but Jody Sue also told me, and I have proof of it. I don't know if they're posted, but I can always repost them. I prefer not to. I don't want to go back down that road. But she told me it was a female biracial cousin. So that's why I've always questioned, like, why did Candace say grandma? I'm trying to be respectful, guys. I'm trying not to call her what she doesn't want to be called. Trying to come back bright and new. I don't know. These are just things I think should be, you know, more expanded upon. Like, we hear all about the billboards and all the crimes that are being committed after Summer had gone missing, right? But that's where that's not Candace. That's where Summer has been forgotten. We don't go back and we don't listen to the small detail that nobody talks about. These are the things, in my opinion, I feel we should be talking about. Things that the parents have said. And I'm going to do my due diligence to try to find every single time that these two people have been online. I have a lot. I just haven't really had time with all of the crashing of my channel and then me coming back and leaving again because of a family issue a couple times, my mom, and I just haven't had the opportunity to give my full attention to this. And I do have a lot of people living with me now, so it's always going to have to be really late at night, like now. But I'm going to take my time to go over every single time that Candace, Dawn, Allie, all of them, everything I can find, and listen to all of the small details, because I think that it's important and it's fresh. You know, like, aren't you guys sick of hearing the same old shit over and over? I mean, I know this is, I say that while I'm showing you clips from 2 years ago, and I know this is the same old shit, but it's the same old shit that I feel is important to Summer's case. I haven't really been paying attention to all the drama. I don't know who's fighting and what new theories have gone around in the last 3 months, but I know that in the last 2 weeks, I've been digging in the clips and re-listening. I don't want involved in all the drama no more. I just want to discuss Summer, you know? So that's where I'm going. We're going to go back and just discuss all these clips and go through them. And if Dawn comes on and does another interview, I'll tear it apart. I don't know, like, if you guys are getting sick of seeing the same interview over and over. I swear I have 10 videos made and 2 more to finish. I took today off. I'm not going to lie. I slept all day. So I didn't even wake up till after 10 o'clock. I was going to go live at 10 and I was like, holy shit, when I woke up. So y'all are getting the morning crystal. Okay, so let's go through. Does anybody want to come up and talk about this? Let me know. And I will move on to the next clip. Oh, I still have my screen on. Hold on. That hasn't messed anything up, has it? Let's close that one out. Give me 1 minute here, guys. Because I had some, oh, the Utah trip. Yeah, we could share this one. Present. No, that isn't what I want. Yeah. All right. I'm going to mute for a minute and run to the bathroom and grab a coffee.
Because I was trying to move my family back out to Utah, and
Right.
things went, like they did.
Right. How you were seriously thinking, like, right before Summer's disappearance, or was it a while before she disappeared, about moving to Utah?
Well, I've always wanted to move back to Utah because it's such a beautiful place, and all my family's out that way.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
I had a good job. Worked for the same company I worked for when I was like 18 years old, or whatever.
Oh, really?
I can't remember.
That's pretty cool. So they know you pretty well there.
Yeah.
That's cool. Do you think you still might move back?
I'd like to.
Eventually, maybe, right?
Well, I don't know, because it's overgrown there so much, and a lot of rich people live there, and it's difficult to afford anything there. The property prices have gone sky high there. You can't even find a house for less than a junkie fixer-up house for less than $300,000 or so.
Dang. So they definitely, the rich folk moving out that way has kind of changed the game in the area.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I couldn't even find a motel room when I was there. It's always full up. Couldn't find nothing.
Where were you staying when you were there?
I was staying with my dad. Me and Josie was staying with my dad for a while.
Oh, that's right. Right.
There. Yeah, I had him enrolled in school and everything.
In Utah there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really? Aw. He loved it there with you? He was the one that loved it?
Josie did, yes.
Is that why he was the only one that went with you?
Well, I just took him with me because I wanted him to meet my dad and, stuff like that.
Well, Oh, people were wondering, and I don't know why or what was said. Is your father still alive?
He's still alive, but he's on his deathbed.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. Well, it's just life, you know. It's the way it is.
Hmm. Okay, let's get on with some questions because I know you might have to hop off in a bit. Candace, prior to Summer's disappearance, was in Wisconsin for a while?
Yeah, they went to visit some family in Wisconsin.
Okay.
At one point, that's when I went to Utah because they was going to go to Wisconsin and visit with some family. So I was like, well, there's a good chance for me to go to Utah, and then I've landed a good job and everything. And I was trying to beg Candace. I was like, man, well, I got a good job. Let's move up here. And we kind of had a miscommunication, me and Candace, you know, and some things. And then we weren't real clear. We weren't talking real clear. And
that happens.
She thought I was
messing around. Yeah, that happens when husbands and wives are apart for some time. That's normal.
Yeah.
So that's, I mean, that's, I know people like to trash that about Candace.
Were thinking, you know, in their mind, they were thinking I was in Utah partying and doing all this crazy stuff, but that wasn't the case. And me and Candace had talked about this. She thought I was at my sister's house at a party. I told her, look, I'm at a party and I'm going to the house. You know, I got to go to work and everything. But what she heard was, you know, I was at a party with other women and drinking and doing all this stuff. But in reality, I was at my sister's house getting food from me and Josie. We raided the party to get food. I wasn't drinking nothing, and I went straight home and went to sleep because I had to get up. I have to get up like at 5 in the morning to get to Park City, Utah, you know, and work all day up there. And, I wasn't drinking nothing or doing anything, but that's not what we wasn't communicating real good.
Right.
You know,
that happens, people. So that's, I understand that actually.
And then I'm trying to focus on my job. I'm not trying to be on the phone or anything. And and, you know, Candace gave me hell, and she made me think.
I bet you did.
Things was happening, you know, and I didn't know what to do except to come back. And when I got back, all hell broke loose.
Did Summer know her boundaries in the water?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
so
now Josie's a different story. He scared the hell out of me.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but Summer knew to stay close to shore and everything. She was real cautious about everything. She was cautious around the house here. She was cautious when she was in the water.
Okay.
But when I went out to Utah, we went to the dam up in the canyon, and Josie swam out in the deep water. So we with my son, and my son went out on the surfboard, and Josie started swimming after him, and I kept hard. I was so scared. I was scared to death.
Oh man!
But I did teach him how to swim on his back because he got tired and stuff like that. But still, I was scared. He had no life jacket or nothing.
So you almost had to jump in and rescue him.
There was no way. He was so far out there. There's nothing I could have done.
Oh shit!
So I was
That's
scared
scary.
to death. But my son seen him, little Donnie, and he come back and got him on the surfboard and everything. But Josie, he thinks he's a magnificent swimmer, and he is. But you know, as a parent, it scares the hell out of you.
Sure. Yeah. Same.
So, in my opinion, that video really didn't have significance. I'm just tearing apart the whole interview. But there's a few things I do want to point out. I don't, at this point right now, today, I don't want to talk about Candace and Dawn's fight because I'm going to get to that at another time. But so I want to move on in this video, and I want to talk about the part where Dawn said, yeah, Candace went to Wisconsin while he was in Utah. Because for me, it goes back to Allie and them. there's pictures leading up to the Wisconsin trip for Candace where they went on a camping trip or something. They were in the canoe. In the days prior, maybe even the day prior, I have to go back and look, to Candace going to Wisconsin. Now, I've heard, I can't remember where because, this case has been going on for more than 2 years. But if I remember correctly, I think somewhere that I've heard Allie stayed at the house while Candace was in Wisconsin. Now, I also believe recently that I've heard Dawn state somewhere, oh, it might have been an old clip. This is what I mean. There's been so much that, or maybe it was Candace, Allie stayed at the house for 6 weeks, which means Allie would have been there when Candace was in Wisconsin. Okay, so Allie would have been caring for the home. I had an opportunity on Prayer Garden one time, and I'd have to look for that clip too. I can't prove it right now until I find it, but I had an opportunity one time to ask Allie, way when she was going on Prayer Gardens in the chat, why Dawn took the oldest boy to Utah. And Allie told me it was because of weed. Now, Allie was involved at that time. They go to Wisconsin. They come back. It is at this time that I believe it's crucial that the DCF got involved with Dawn and Candace. Something between the Utah trip, why? I mean, it's just my opinion. So I think it's important that we go back to that and not to the bullshit of it. We don't want to accuse anybody of anything, but it would have been at this time that DCF got involved in Dawn and Candace's life. With Dawn accusing DCF of the things he's accusing them of. Now, this is me not stating, I try to stay unbiased. You guys know that. I don't know if Dawn and Candace are guilty. I don't know if Allie's guilty. I'm just looking at things that I believe these people have said. We don't know them to be fact, which is why my name is Speculation and Opinion Talk. But these are the details I think are important. I hope you guys can agree with me. I hope you'll keep coming back and we can keep discussing these and going over them. I'm going to pull out some clips, just post the videos I have done, and I am going to try to come live at night way more often and go over the clips that I find. So I want to welcome the new people that came in the chat. I can't believe it's only been an hour and 13 minutes. Let me go through some of these comments. Hold on, I'm scrolling up. Mama Bear Ghost, is that the same van I posted a few months ago? I don't know what you guys are talking about. I'm going to have to go find they're easy to find. I'll find my texts with Jody Sue, Mama Bear, and I'll just pull that part where she told me that. She's talked about it a few times too, like during our fights. You guys could probably go back on her channel, and I'm sure because I'm talking about her, she'll probably go off and say I never said that and blah, 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 blah. That's been our fight since forever. Okay, Crystal just said Ghost Casper. Crystal just said Andy's cousin, who's Randy Hess. Oh, I already read those. Okay. Jamie Dobbs told, I believe, Dawn B that Dawn talked to him and returned with a gang there of people. Yes. Okay, Karen. So I've spoken personally myself to Jamie Dobbs a long time ago. It was just in a Facebook group. Okay. He was commenting in the Facebook group, and he had said that to me as well. No, I don't think I've ever really brought it up because he didn't elaborate further, but he did tell me when everything's done, Jackie would come live, and then Jackie made his channel. So it was a really long time ago, but yes, that's what Jamie Dobbs said in this group as well. I believe. Could they also be kin to Allison? She said she was going by Andy Bernard's workplace. I don't think Andy and them are kin to Allison. Two different worlds. Andy's from Tennessee. She's from, I think, looking into family trees and stuff. I don't think that I've ever seen. Was she redheaded? Hattie, I don't know what you're talking about. I never heard about two girls in the van, Marion. Can you tell me where I can see that or elaborate, please? Yeah, like she could. I keep forgetting to click on the comments. I'm sorry, guys. Let's see. Michelle and D had. I don't know what that's about. Or that. Hi, Mama. I missed you. I missed you too, sugar. Listen, I'm going to get back into my life here. I just, I'm a hot mess. I take breaks. It's just who I am. I have a family, and not that I'm really that busy. I just have my grandkids here all the time. I haven't even been on Facebook or in my group, or I'm trying to get back into it here. It's been a trying year. Okay, he's just creepy. Apparently, I was taken. The girl interviewed H's sister spoke of calling 423 Chase. I don't know. My mind ain't there. Sorry, Birdie. I'm trying to stay off the 423 Chase shit for right now. I don't want pulled into their drama. Although, Benny's went on shares in this interview, so you guys know I had to make a funny video. It's coming. It's at the end. Crystal was his cousin. Whose cousin, hun? I don't know what you're referring to. Yes, Dawn and son had to leave. Why? Right, Diamond Girl. And that's what Allie, like I said, Allie told me that the reason they left was over weed. So, I don't have that clip right now. I'll look for it and see if I can find it. Never thought it would be. I probably should. I might have it. I might have it in my Dropbox. I don't know. After that, Prayer Garden blocked me, and I don't know why. Still trying to figure that one out. Yeah, Birdie, AB's biracial cousin. I don't know, because to this day, I still don't know who the biracial cousin is. And Jody Sue has never said. And to be honest with you, I don't think she ever will. So I'm not going to push it. That's honestly the beginning of my conversation with Jody. It's the whole reason we spoke. Ellie. Yeah, you can't take nothing she says for gospel. And that's why I'm saying, and I think there was a lot of involvement with her mother too, Sherry. I have, oh yeah, hey, we're talking about it. Look, that's my next video. Hold on. Let's stop screen sharing. We could just dive right into it.
You're gonna pay for what you did to not only your kids, but ours as well.
Yeah. And what's the message, if you have a message for Candace Wells?
Same thing.
Or no?
Yeah, I don't know. I know Allie a little bit.
Okay.
I really don't know these people.
Oh, okay. More Candace's friends than yours.
Well, she tried to be friends with
Tried to
him,
be. Yeah. Do you know about how long that friendship lasted?
I don't. I mean,
Does she remember? Would it be like more than 2 years or 3 years or 1 year?
no, nothing like that. I mean, I went to Utah for a while.
From my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, okay, you and Candace have been friends for about a year, year and a half, maybe?
About a year and a half.
So they were friends for about a year and a half?
Yeah, maybe. I don't think it was that long, but it could have been. You know, I'm not sure.
Okay.
Did Don gave Candace drugs and alcohol too?
I think that they, it's really big.
The boys too? Everybody.
Oh, absolutely.
Blonde Absolute. Repairing care. 2% pure hyaluronic acid for bleached, damaged hair.
My mother started the friendship. She had my.
So Allie's mom started the friendship with y'all before they did.
Would that be Sherry? I guess.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
How do you know? Do you know this family? Yeah, it's like over 20 years. Yeah, I know this family.
My kids are attached to dogs.
She watched all the stuff.
My granddaughter animal lovers.
Yeah, I'm an animal lover. I saw your kitty right there, and it's like, hey, look, kitty.
Twisted that.
So what was that? What was your first impression?
So I was looking for a friendship. Nice, you know.
Yep. A good person. Yeah. Just out looking for a friend.
Okay, so Allie's first answer is Candace was a good person just looking for a friend.
And I can agree with that. She was only for friendship and stuff, you know, up here by herself with the kids, and that was all she was really trying to do, you know, just find some good friends.
Okay.
Well, see, Mom had a falling out.
I fell out. I warned her not
Mom
to go
stopped
up
being
there.
friends
I
with her.
asked her not to.
I gave her the benefit of the doubt.
Begged her.
I know how
I begged my daughter. We got in a
and I
fight.
really tried being there for her. Mom had a falling out with her.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And,
Okay, her mom had a falling out with Candace. Do we know what that falling out was?
Well, supposedly, you know, the story is that her and I can't remember that guy's name. Supposedly was getting together, but I don't believe that happened.
Jose?
Candace
Okay.
was trying to use that as an excuse or to make me jealous to come back, and it worked.
Okay. And so that would be why.
I got a speeding ticket for 110 mile an hour.
Yep, I remember that. So is that why Allie's mom and Candace had a falling out? Was because of Jose?
Yep, that's what it's all about.
There were certain things I didn't like, so I just cut my ties.
Like what? What didn't you like?
Her giving the kids alcohol.
You tried to help the woman like what?
No.
Not to give the kids alcohol and drugs and shit like that.
She gave Summer alcohol and drugs?
She said that you're really Sherry, that she's really.
Do you think that Candace would steal money out of Allie's purse?
No way.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Well, I think at this point she was really mad at Candace, and she was doing everything she could to destroy Candace, you know.
Okay.
For whatever reason, jealousy. I don't get it.
They threatened. We had an incident. I had an incident with him.
Have you guys thought about getting him into a psychiatrist?
You had an incident with him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And CPS came and they came down to interrogate my granddaughter.
September before Summer went missing, she was cutting ties and not really so friendly with Candace.
Yeah, there was a big fight. I mean, as far as I can understand, because they thought that Candace was trying to be with Jose or whatever.
Right.
I don't know exactly how it all
So everybody
I
fell
really
out
don't know.
kind of over this Jose guy.
That's what it's really all
And
about.
you might not ever get the full truth of that, right?
Well, I think I have the full truth.
Okay.
Like that. And I know that he also even gave their alcohol because he gave my grandkids alcohol and did something to
Who?
Donnie.
Donnie did something to your grandkids? What did Donnie do to your grandkids? When?
When we used to hang up there and they used to stay the night, but I stayed the night once. I didn't like it and didn't. But the kids, I thought she was supposed to be
Mom, I love you.
Was Allie super close to your children?
I guess so. I mean, her kids, she'd bring her kids up here and they'd play with our kids and everything, you know, seemed to be fine. You know.
We loved her like she was our own. Yeah. I tried to help with the kids and everything. Yeah. I let them spend the night at my house, gave them a fully cooked meal. They would take showers. Her own little sister. Like,
I got to talk to Hunter quite a few times. He seemed like a really good kid, you know. And he is a really good kid. He just got, you know, twisted by Chris McDonough and whatever happened. I don't know.
How's Hunter doing?
I don't think she ever went to plant
He's really
flowers.
messed up.
I don't know. No one could witness that she was up there planting flowers.
A lot of it has to do with them.
So Allie bought food a lot and groceries for you guys, and there would be money missing from her purse.
That's such a lie.
Okay.
That's the biggest lie, because I kept my fridge full for the kids. I'd come home on my way home. I'd stop at the grocery store. I spent $100 every single day to make sure my kids had everything they needed. That's a huge lie.
Okay.
They never cooked dinner. They always ate frozen pizza and whatever else.
So Hunter called Candace to come over there that morning. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure.
So Candace didn't call Hunter.
I was sitting there, and Hunter called me.
I would like to bring something to light.
Okay.
Allison, or I think it's Allison, had a little girl named Michelle.
Paul, that's what little one says. That's what what's your little one's name?
Okay.
And when they brought her over here, she's like 5, 6 years old. I don't know.
Michelle, how old is Michelle? She's not. When was this? How old was she then? How old was she then?
What about, you said about 7, 8? Yeah.
And this little girl, they said she's out of control, and it was always yelling at her and stuff like that. And one time, me and Candace took her to the side and we talked to her. Very smart little girl. I mean, awesome, just awesome. You know.
When CPS went to go and that is in the middle.
I just don't understand. But they told her, they says, if you don't behave, we're going to take you to the CPS mental ward, wherever in Knoxville or some crazy shit, or Nashville or something, right?
My great when CPS went to go and that is in a mental institution, and she's been there since March. Oh yeah, she ain't getting out anytime soon. But we're not.
Damn.
And she would act up for attention, but if you took her and talked to her like a normal human being or whatever, she was very brilliant, very smart and everything.
So you saw a different child in her than what they saw or were willing to even see.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean,
Mark. Oh yeah, she ain't getting out anytime soon. But we're not.
Okay.
She would talk to me and Candace like, man, unbelievable. This is going to blow your mind. But they told her if she didn't quit acting out or whatever, they're going to take her to Nashville and dump her off at some CPS freaking mental institution or something. I don't know what the hell it was.
Who said that? Allie said that to her daughter?
Yes.
How?
My great when CPS went to go and that is in a mental institution, and she's been there since March. Oh yeah, she ain't getting out anytime soon. But we're not.
If I can find a picture of her, I hope and pray to God that Candace has a picture of her somewhere. I hope and pray to God. Candace just found, and I don't know if I should say this, but I'm going to go ahead and say it, but she just found a bunch more videos and pictures and stuff of Allison and all of them up here. And the police overlooked it.
We got a good.
We was going through a bunch of our books and stuff and throwing the crap away and trying to clean it up, you know. But she found a iPad with all kinds of photos and videos on it, and I'm hoping that this little girl's on it.
Oh.
They got mad or whatever and took her down there and dumped her off, and that was never seen her again.
It's my great grandma when CPS went to go and
That is in a mental institution, and she's been there since March.
oh yeah, she ain't getting out anytime soon.
But when
Oh, what?
Yeah, I'm serious.
So she gave her 5-year-old daughter away. Allie did.
Yes.
How long before Summer went missing?
Not sure. So I'm gonna guesstimate like a year. I don't know, but it just flipped me out.
Wow.
Totally flipped me out.
How did that make Candace feel?
Okay.
She was around that little girl a lot for a year.
She was awesome, very smart, and I just can't comprehend. I can't comprehend it.
So before she gave her 5-year-old daughter up, she was kind of connecting to you and your wife.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
No, I mean, I just don't get it. I do not understand.
That's
I've
terrible.
never seen anybody do something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Well, and I don't know what her reasons are.
Her name was Michelle, and that's all I know.
Okay. And she was 5 when she got.
Yeah, she would act out because Allison.
So y'all would have met her when she was like 4 or so, 3.5.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But
Michelle, how old is Michelle?
She's 9 now.
She's not. When was this? How old was she then? How old was she then?
What about, you said about 7, 8? Yeah.
And she had all these kids, Hunter, I can't remember all their names, but there was a bunch of them, and then this little girl, I just don't get that. I still can't wrap my mind around it. See, Chris McDonough don't know nothing about this little girl, and I hope somebody out there can find out more information about.
Maybe now he can ask her. I tagged him in the video tonight, so maybe someone will clip it. Maybe he can ask her.
Right.
Yeah.
I hope so. I mean, I feel so bad. I don't get it. I don't understand.
Yeah.
How could you do that? Man, I don't understand it.
That's a lot of loss for you guys in a year.
Yeah, I mean, how could you just take your little girl and dump her off? She would act out, but she was doing it for attention. I mean, doesn't that make sense?
My great grandma when CPS went to go and
That is in a mental institution, and she's been there since March.
oh yeah, she ain't getting out anytime soon.
But when
What draws her to you?
I mean, I think it's because I saw a lot of attention.
Oh, interesting.
Do you know, were you around Hunter and Summer? Okay, did Hunter
was really good around the kids and very, very respectful, and
he was kind of helpful with the little ones?
Yeah, he's a big kid, and so he's very cautious, and a gentleman, I would say. Yeah.
And then he decided to get in the water right there. And he went like this with the water a couple times. I told him, please stop that. She don't like to be splashed. Okay. And so he quit.
Absolutely. Okay. I really like Hunter, and I really like all of Allie's kids.
Okay.
I didn't like the fact that Tree was trying to make up stuff on me, or whatever. I didn't like that. And
she was? I don't think I heard that one.
Yeah, she was trying to say all kinds of devious stuff about me or whatever.
But you tried to do stuff with her? Okay, we'll talk later.
She was saying something, but...
Okay, we'll talk later.
Matter of fact, Candace's mother is the one that took my oldest granddaughter outside. My oldest granddaughter flipped her wig and slammed the door, cussed her out.
Candace's
mother.
And
Candace, and she ran off, and she goes, well, your granddaughter ran off. And I said, I'm here. She's fine, and she'll come back. I said, what'd you say to her? Well, she goes, I just said that, asked her what she said. I asked her what she said to CPS. I said, what do you mean? If you got nothing to hide, this is before even Summer came up missing. This had to deal with giving kids weed because a phone call came in from CPS saying that I was giving the kids weed. My grandkids said no, it wasn't me, it was kids. Well, they don't put no. And so she came down to
Like I think about that little girl every
threaten my grandma.
like.
No, I get it.
So now I'm cool.
I don't blame you.
If someone obviously had
And then when they did this with her, before Summer even came up missing, I was really mad. I'm really.
We've been going to restaurants everywhere we went.
We'll talk privately.
But all her kids were very beautiful kids, and Hunter was definitely a gentleman. And
Okay.
I don't want to say nothing bad about him, but what he's saying is true. Yeah, he carried himself very well.
Okay.
He really did.
Awesome. Let's keep going. Awesome.
It was not himself. I knew something was wrong. And he will not talk. He's scared shitless. And maybe they threatened him because I know none of the threatened kids. And they threatened my grandkids and shit.
I just want, okay. I hear from her like once in a while on Snapchat. Okay. I did until I blocked her because all this stuff is going on.
Was it common for her to Snapchat Hunter?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
Tell me what it means when you say you tapped them up. So people that don't know that.
Like a handshake.
Okay, so show me.
This is just like
what's up, though? One of those, right?
Yeah.
I get it. Okay, go ahead. See, I knew that. But people don't know that. Right. So let's make that.
Okay, so they didn't like hug up on each other, be touchy. They dabbed, they knuckled each other. Okay.
Wait a minute. Candace was sexually probably did do something to Hunter.
No, she did not.
Bullshit. I seen it with my own eyes. There was signs there. I didn't like it. I warned them. I backed
No.
Yeah, be in denial, but it's 2/3.
I think they were.
I think they were too because she gave them alcohol and shit, and the kid didn't know what was going on.
So
That sounds like Candace.
okay, I'll get dab them up. They say okay. All right, just like fist bumping, right?
Baby, I'm not asking.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask her something.
Okay.
Hey, did you ever Snapchat with Hunter? No. She said no. On the
Okay.
Snapchat.
Okay.
How come you don't laugh? No.
Okay.
What's that?
Me and Curry, yes.
Oh, her and Chewy did.
Oh, okay. His older sister, the teenager.
Right.
Yeah, okay. But not Hunter.
Right.
Okay. Thank you, Candace. She bought it.
Yeah,
but
I don't
he
know if I
asked
believe
for it.
I don't know if I believe any of that.
He wasn't in the right state of mind when he came back, Ellie.
He wasn't talking. Like
No.
I asked him how it was. He said fine. And then I didn't know anything about the alcohol at that time. His girlfriend's mom picked him up about 3:30, 4 o'clock. And when she came back with him, she goes, I got something to tell you. Hunter's got something to tell you. I'm like, what? He goes, Candace gave me alcohol.
And those puff.
That day.
Yes.
Yes.
And puff bars
Puff
at the.
Swimming hole?
Yep. I said, what?
What kind of alcohol?
It was Twisted Teas.
Okay.
I do know.
So she didn't give him a vape and a beer.
Man, I don't want to be mean. Gosh, dang, but
No, don't be mean.
you know, at this point, it's like I do know that Allison controlled Hunter by various means, and one of them was he could smoke weed and drink, and she would give him cigarettes or whatever, as long as he behaved, meaning do whatever the hell that she wants.
What are puff bars? They are a nicotine type.
Why would she do that?
Yeah, why not? And the kids all like it.
All the kids do them around here, like.
So.
Okay.
So, I do know that. Other than all the other stuff, I don't. I can't really say, but I do know that.
Okay.
And that's my story. I know.
Okay.
Later on that night, Hunter shut down. And I didn't even know anything. And he had texted his girlfriend something. Her mom called me. I spazzed. Hunter was not himself. I called him a friend of mine because Grandma was home.
Yeah, Sherry had come get me.
Yep.
Like pretty close back.
Oh my God, even you're almost in tears. And I said, what's wrong? He wouldn't talk to me. He wouldn't come out of it or nothing. He was just sitting there, rocking back and forth. My homegirl had to come. And we had all we could do to get him out of that house, out of his room, and sit him at this table. I had to call TVI back up. You think he was strong? Oh,
yeah,
something happened at that water hole that he saw.
I think he sobered up, or whatever you want to call it, and remembered. Maybe she did drown there.
Yeah.
Maybe she did.
He will not talk about it.
But he will not talk about it. He wasn't the same when he came back.
Bad in and of itself.
I'm sorry.
You know that.
I'm sorry.
That's all you can do, right? Because yeah, this is more so being said about Candace, but it's good to have your take on it too.
No, okay. So after, do you think Candace was, or Summer was sexually molested by anyway by the family? I mean, because we're hearing rumors. You do. By who? Don?
You've been calling your mother. I know.
Probably the mother too, Candace. Wow.
Yeah, and the father would take the little girl in the shower and brought her downstairs to go to sleep one night naked, no diaper, no nothing.
That's ridiculous. Don was on Facebook and he said, well, YouTube, he said that my 12-year-old daughter even said her name and what we called her.
I heard it. Has a badass body.
Has a body from fucking hell.
Yes, we have that.
I just heard that this morning.
So, that, in my opinion, was a jam-packed video of information. It's a lot to unravel. I have less than 20 minutes left, so this is definitely going to have to continue. But the first thing I want to address, and I'll pull this video up again when I go live again. The first thing I want to address is going back to when CPS got involved with Dawn and Candace. So we heard Sherry say she had a falling out with Candace and Dawn. She begged Allie not to talk to them. So, in my opinion, this had to have happened prior to the Jose situation, correct? So it seemed there was tension because then Sherry says, but I was always there for Allie. But in my opinion, it seems like Sherry was either the first one scorned or she did the scorning first. And Allie continued this friendship with Candace. What are your thoughts? So, moving on, I'm going to share in videos I'm actually making right now, coming up soon, where Sherry says she got her taxes in March and came down and begged me to go to dinner with her. Okay, so in March of 2021, these two made up. Now, I think it's crucial to try to figure out, I would say end of August, September of 2020, till in little pieces, March of 2021. So I believe Sherry wasn't talking to Allie, and there may have been a fight, and that's why Allie was staying with Candace and Dawn, if she was. I don't know. These are just theories, things I'm trying to put together, but it's my opinion that Sherry and Candace were better friends until this fight occurred, and it caused a rift between both families, including the great-grandmother, because you hear the great-grandma say, well, it caused a rift between me and Allie. So I'm thinking Allie was living with them and kicked out. She got her housing. I'd like to know when she moved in. Yes. Yes, that was in March. That's what's going to come up in the videos I'm about to share. I'm going through them now. But I have to finish those, and I have to get through these ones that I've already posted. I'm going to tell you what, I think, I'm not a huge fan of sharing voices behind the wall, but I do got to admit, when she gets Dawn on her panel and has questions for him, she gets him to talk. She has some of the best interviews. So does Jay is for Justice. And then you have the drunk Dawn. That's Doug, Josh. Like, you got to just go back and watch all of it. Now, I haven't seen a whole lot of the farm stuff. I haven't been paying attention. Like, I've tried to catch up here and there, and I've had people send me videos, but I've been so busy I haven't even been like in my inbox. I have my phone shut off. My kids are so mad at me right now because I've just put my whole heart into this the last 2 weeks, and prior to that I kind of sort of just, that's what I do. I shut down and I just go on and take care of my family when my family needs dealt with, So yeah, Shara's very good at talking to Dawn, and she gets information from him. Now, another little piece I'm going to share in a video I already have done that's upcoming is Dawn did the interview with Smiley. Now, people were saying, oh, this is a hoax. This is a hoax. I do believe portions of that are him just bullshitting, and I'm going to show that. But I believe there's a lot of truth in what Dawn said to Smiley. And the reason being is because when I was researching, which I haven't been doing, I've just been, there's, how much more research can we do? The police have everything they need. I think it's just pertinent now to go through old clips, and I don't want to harass people in Rogersville no more. That's not my point. I'm here to keep Summer out there. But anyways, damn, I got off track. I forget what I was saying. Someone want to remind me? Yeah, Shara is good at talking to Dawn, but I have clips. Oh, Smiley. I have clips coming up, but I've been able in my research to prove that Dawn did tell truth when it came to his mother in Stockton and the hotel. And, so that is proven. There are addresses that prove that. So when people say, oh, Dawn, that was a bullshit conversation, I don't believe that's all bullshit, but I do believe, like, the part about Chase was bullshit. Not the whole part. I believe he went on to tell the truth. Like, Chase threatened to pew my head off, and I went out to dinner. I had a Mexican dinner with him, and then Smiley goes on, oh, so 7 years ago you had a fight? And Dawn then goes on and laughs, and then he makes up this elaborate story. So I believe that part of it was, yeah, let's just fuck with her. She ain't listening, But I do believe the interview on Smiley was an important interview. Dawn's had some, if you go back and you put things together, you can see truth in what we believed were lies, in my opinion. So, yeah, and it was confusing, Marion. It wasn't even that it was all horrific. It was just very confusing because there was so much of it coming out and so many people involving themselves, like Allie, like Andrew, like Jody Sue, that everybody was talking shit. This is obviously a bunch of fucking people that like to fight with each other and enjoy the drama and have had a lot of it, It's just their demeanor. Now, it's the group of people that they are. I have a clip coming up. Maybe I posted it. I don't think I did. I have a clip coming up where Dawn says Andy was my friend, not Candace's, proving that they were friends. Yet they all try to deny that they were all friends. Like, there's a lot of information that we don't know, but I do believe that TBI knows, or the feds or somebody knows. Because like I showed you, there's even edited parts out of Chris McDonough's interview at pertinent moments in the conversation. I really hope one day Chris will show that. I mean, there might be a reason he's not, Yes, that was the trafficking track. It could have been Marion. If that's a theory we're going with, it could have been. Oh, but back to the video, because I only got 10 minutes left. Okay, so we spoke about that. Damn. We spoke about the Michelle. So it bothers me. Okay, let's start on this note with, I don't believe Michelle was Allie's daughter. I do know that I've heard that Sherry had custody of another child's children. Personally, I think Dawn's clueless, I think Dawn didn't pay attention a whole lot, and he was just, let's just say he reminds me of an old friend of mine, okay? And in my opinion, I see a similar personality, and I feel, in my opinion, Dawn wasn't very involved with his, and you hear Dawn say that, he was at work all the time. He wasn't there. So I think Dawn came in and out, and Candace just did what she did and brought people in. Because I also have a clip coming up stating, when Candace brought the guy home from the gas station, the 30-year-old, 40-year-old, like, it's just a whole lot to go back over. But in my opinion, the fact that this little girl was brought up, it doesn't make me feel, how do I put this? How do I put this into words? I should have used Chat GPT to help me with this. Okay, so in my opinion, I feel there was a reason Dawn and Candace pulled that little girl to the side. I don't feel Dawn was the type of parent that would just come in, grab a child, pull them to the side. Now, it is my understanding, I have been told, that Sherry had custody of other children. I've also been told of rumors of a child of Dawn and Candace, and a child, I believe it was Jose that said it, of Allie and Sherry. Peoples and things like that. I don't know if anybody remembers that, but that's some stuff I want to go back over and re-listen to. But I do believe there was a Michelle. I just don't think it was Allie's daughter. I believe it was Sherry's granddaughter. Okay? Now, the reason I bring this up is because I don't feel Dawn is the type of parent that would just come in and pull a child aside because he's concerned for their well-being. There had to be a reason for it. But we hear Sherry say, we had an issue with CPS, and they came and questioned my granddaughter. Now, she never named which granddaughter it is. A lot of people just assumed it was true, because then she goes on to say that my granddaughter got pissed off and ran down the street. So it could be that True was angry that Candace and Grandis was at the house questioning this other child, and True got pissed off. I mean, I'm just trying to, in my mind, put together what makes sense. And I feel that this is important to Summer going missing. I don't know why. I just do. And I feel that, and it's something I've always said, like, I feel like we have to go back to that time period to get answers, to figure out what could have led up. Somebody in my chat mentioned they've never seen Candace smoking vapes. That's a really good point. I've seen her with cigarettes. lots and lots of cigarettes. I've never seen her just casually smoking a vape. Like I said earlier, Hunter went into the woods. Candace bought 3 vapes. Was the beer and vapes for a group of children? Now, we hear Hunter called Candace, but there was text messages prior to that call. That has been said too, and I have to find that clip. I don't know if you guys remember that, but I'm just trying to put it all together. Like, what would make sense? Was the vapes and beer for a group of Hunter's friends? He's the type of child that is still in cars with babies in it. Just saying, it's a new theory, something I had in my head. It's speculation. It's my opinion. One of my many opinions on this case. There's just a lot more to this story, and I think the whole August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March is important. There's a fight between Allie and Candace tries to make up with Sherry, taking Sherry out to dinner with taxes. I mean, let's put it together. It just makes sense to me. Was that child Sherry caught Dawn abusing that made her flee? I don't know, because I have to go back, Marion. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to put things out it's been a long time. It's been a lot of information. It's been a lot of fights and a lot of drama. And now that Dawn did this interview with Voices, it gives us an opportunity to go back and listen to everything that's been said. And this is only one interview. Like, Allie did a lot on Prayer Garden and Unmasked. Like, there are a lot of interviews if you go through to see what stories changed. Are there changes in their stories 2 years later that we thought weren't changes then, because things were so confusing and there were so many parts, you know? I mean, YouTube confused. You throw in all the other bullshit. Summer, like I said earlier, was lost, in my opinion. And that's where I'm going to head out tonight. I'm heading on 2 hours here, 1 hour, 57 minutes. Did Allie have a sis named Sherry? I don't know, Birdie. I haven't really looked into them all that much, but I do know I have a lot to cover about this. You know, I think that there's been a lot of confusion and people throwing curveballs. And I think it's important that we go back and we listen to what these people have said. So I'm hoping you guys will join me in doing so. I'm just going to share my videos and I'll come live and explain them when I get opportunities in the night. It'll probably be like between 10 and midnight that I try to go live after my granddaughter goes to sleep. But I just want to thank you all so very much for being here. Don't forget to hit the like button. You can share my live or my videos. It helps my channel. And I'm going to try very hard to keep this classy. I'm not watching other creators right now, and I kind of like it. Like, I mean, I'm watching where Dawn and Candace are. I'm paying attention to what comes up on my thing. I'm looking at the titles and seeing what's being talked about in the groups and everywhere. And then I go look if I feel I need to look at it. And I think it's working. So we're going to keep it together. Stay tuned. I will talk to you guys very soon. And bye.